Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. YouTube world. How are you? What should today's poll question be? I'm kind of thinking, how long have you been shooting? Been using a camera. JS Photography, what up? Let's do under 1 year. Two years. Plus 3. What lens would you recommend for sports photography with a pretty low budget? The 70 to 180 Tamron is the one that I recommend at the very minimum. I like that lens a lot for people. 70 to 180. I think you can find it used for under $1,000. So that's what I would be aiming for. Renee, what up, Renee? Yeah, you can find this lens new for $1,000, but I think you can find it for, let's see, used MPB. Yeah, used is about $800. So this is what I would be going for. Vanessa V, what up? How are you, Vanessa? I was finally able to save up money to buy the GoPro. My family hooked me up with the lens. Woohoo! What do you think of it? Do you have it in your hands? Good morning, good morning. W family. Coach Christensen, how much is the camera and lens you use at this live? For this one, this is an expensive camera. You definitely don't need something like this, but the one that I'm currently using is the Sony ZV-E10 II. All the gear that I'm using, guys, by the way, is on my storefront. And I'll show you exactly what I'm using for TikTok. I'm using this camera here, which is a $1,200 camera. It's expensive. Definitely is not necessary, but it's really nice. And then the lens that I'm using on this exact live, where are you? Are you on TikTok? If you're on TikTok, you're watching me through that lens, that camera with this lens right here. So 1,200 plus, we'll say 300, so $1,500 for this setup. But over on YouTube, you guys are watching me on this camera over here, which is a significantly cheaper camera. Significantly cheaper. Not yet, about to order it. Nice. Thank you for the follow. Is that website legit? Which one? Which website? Hey, I'm trying to buy an 18 to 400 EFS random for Canon. Anything I should know? That lens is, it's a variable aperture lens. I do POV cooking content and live cooking on. Okay, cool. I want a good fisheye. For a full frame or for a crop sensor? 100 or 400 G Master. That sounds pretty good, dude. You should go for that one. I was looking at that lens the other day, actually. Not too bad in terms of price. 50 to 150 G is nice, dude. It's a nice lens. what camera are you using for this? This is the Sony ZVE-10 II, and I'm using a Sirui lens. Sirui or Siri? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm a beginner, just got my Canon R50. Nice, nice. Vanessa V, thank you for the gift. Appreciate it. What's the first thing you're going to cook, Vanessa, when you get your GoPro? Make sure you have some good lighting. Can you make a video on how to live stream at the same time on TikTok and YouTube? Yeah, you just need a PC. You need a laptop or a Mac or a PC, a computer, and then you need to get OBS Studios. And you also need, I'm streaming to 4 platforms right now: TikTok, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. But you need a PC and you need a program called OBS, and it's all free. Shakir Hussein, thank you so much for the gift. Appreciate it. Negative view photo. What's up, man? Sirui. 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 Did you get that officially from the Chinese manufacturer? That spelling phonetically? That pronunciation phonetically? Cynthia, what up, Cynthia? Zero connection. What's going on, y'all? I do not like that. Any rebel cameras. Prosperous. I can't. Insinuationists. Hello. How's it going, guys? Hello from Kick. Everybody say hi to Kick. Hi, Kick. Kick is new. Kick in Twitch. Siru. What did you say it was? Sirui. Sirui. Got it. Hey Vic, do you a video or link to a camera tripods you use? Amazon link cameras, filters, but I can't find tripods. Yeah, zero connections. First link in the bio, buddy. I need to organize this, so admittedly, I don't have the best organization with this, but it's under lens filters and accessories. So if you go to my product page and you're on my product page, I have a category called lens filters, and it's on me to get this sorted out. But under lens filters, I have all of the tripods and other like odds and ends that I use. And here you can find all the tripods I use. Most of them are all small rig and KNF concept. Vanessa, we'll work on multi-stream setup. Thank you so much. Oh, here's my cat, you guys. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty. Good morning. Yep, good morning. You want to say hi to the chat? Good morning, kitty. But yes, hooking up this, I can make a video. I actually did write that down as a topic for myself. Jesus Christ, excuse me, guys. Yeah, I did write that down as a topic for myself, so I have a lot of video ideas. Also, I'm incredibly close to hitting my 4,000 subscribers. Thank you for sharing the live, Vanessa. Appreciate it. I'm incredibly close to hitting my 4,000 subscriber mark for the month of March. I got one more day to do it. So for all of you guys that are hanging out on TikTok, if you could do me a solid, I'd really appreciate it. If you head over to my YouTube channel and subscribed, just so that I can get one step closer to this month's goal. The way that you find my YouTube is just by going to my TikTok profile, my profile picture right here. And I got a link in bio right here. And then there's a little YouTube symbol. And then this takes you right directly to my YouTube channel. I'm at 3,977. Very close. And sharing screen tutorials will be amazing. Yeah, so that's why. So OBS is good for that. But you need to have a decent PC. Hold on. My cat is fucking destroying my legs right now. Excuse me. Excuse me, kitty. I'm going to fuck you up. One second, guys. Yeah, I know. What is wrong with you? Sorry about that, guys. I have 2 cats, and they don't like when they are in each other's favorite spots. So I had to kick one out because she knows that that's not her spot. Problem solved. Crisis averted. Crisis averted. All right, what are we talking about here? I'm at 336 subs in YouTube. we all got to start somewhere, though, you know. We all got to start somewhere. Can I apply LUTs in post on a footage shot in S-Cinetone? Did you try it? Try it. If you apply LUTs on something that isn't log footage, you won't get as much, like, you know, it won't look the same. But I would try it, Shakir. SWVA grind does not stop, sir. It's one thing I keep telling you, man. Keep up the hustle. I told you, I think I mentioned the other day, I'm in a sprint currently. I got one more day to hit 4,000 subs on just an artificial goal that I made for myself, right? But I am 23 subs away from hitting 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm really trying to push that. Chester, what up, Chester? Welcome back, man. Get out of the M system and pick up an RF camera. Yeah. Any ideas of an upgrade for the Canon M50 Mark II? Hoping a full frame. The R8 is really nice if you have a smaller budget. If you're looking for full frame, I love the R8. The R6 Mark II, the Mark III, those are all fantastic. Those are a little bit more expensive though. It really depends on your budget. Only we can hold ourselves accountable. You got it. Yeah. Exactly right, bro. You got a busy day today too, right? You get any Insta360 marketing offers lately? Not that I know. I'm not affiliate. I don't have an affiliate account with Insta360. Maybe I should though. I shot the interview yesterday. Yeah, take it into post, bro. Take it into post and mess around with it, man. What do you find annoying about people who glaze mirrorless cameras? I don't really find a lot of glazing. Actually, I find a lot of people glazing DSLR cameras. It's either that or they're too stubborn, you know? Make a power grade, bro. How about Sony full frame? Sony full frame is legit too. I won't tell your coworkers, SWVA. You got to keep that hustle going, broski. Yeah, I get it, man. I'm on vacation all this week. So I got a lot of editing to do, a lot of content creation to do, and planning out like the next quarter of the year. Basically, I spent this past month, all of March, really kind of like laying down the groundwork and going on a full sprint to figure out this whole streaming thing and seeing what people wanted. Yesterday, I went live on my cell phone vertically on YouTube for the first time, and that wasn't too bad either. Yeah, that wasn't too bad either. So I'm just trying stuff, man, iterating. Should I make the switch to Canon? If you have a good investment in Sony, just stick with what you know, you know? Switching to a different camera brand, unless like, I don't know. I don't know when a good time, unless you are starting to work with another like production company that all uses Sony and you're the only one that uses Canon, then I would switch, right? But other than that, like, unless you have, unless Sony has failed you miserably or stolen profits, or a brand has taken from you, you know what I mean? I don't really see a need to switch because it's very the pendulum swings, right? So like right now, for example, just making something up, Canon is has the momentum, but eventually Sony will come up, you know, maybe this calendar year, and the pendulum will swing back to them. So the grass is greener on the other side kind of thing is never, it's expensive to do a full switch, you know? Make a video tutorial on how to share split screens, please. Yeah, so all of this is done with OBS. So on are you familiar, Vanessa V, with OBS? Do you have a pen and paper, Vanessa? I'd encourage you to look up OBS software. It's called OBS 32. They're on version 32 right now. It stands for Open Broadcast Software. It looks a little intimidating, but once you get into it and you hook up your cameras and you start messing around, it's 100% free. And there's tons and tons of tutorials on it. So yeah, so look up OBS software. And then from there, you can import your screen. So like I have top-down screen where I can share, you know, but I have 3 cameras right here, right? So all my cameras are set up in different positions. This is for my screen with my animation. I also have another screen for my Lightroom. This is 2 cameras at once. The more cameras that you add, the more resources that your PC needs to have. I have a pretty beefy PC that can handle a bunch of this stuff, but for basic things, you can use like a webcam. Like I have another setup over here. This is a webcam cam, and I can control this one with some switches here. And then I can actually, like, I think if I touch this, it's like an AI camera. And then I also have a touch camera as well. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. Yeah, and I just have everything set up, and it took me like months to get this all sorted, you know? There's a guy coming up on my roof right now. What do you use for in-ears? Oh, I just got these yesterday, guys. I got these yesterday, and I need a longer cord because I feel like I'm really tethered to the desk right now, and I don't feel very secure like moving around freely. But I just got these yesterday. I'll show you. Orders. Hold on. I got these yesterday. These are called... I didn't want to buy anything super cheap and super expensive. There's a bunch of cheap ones, like $20, $30, $40 ones, and then there's like $300 ones, $200 ones. I figured that these $100 ones were going to be just fine. I'm sure that the $20, $30 ones would have been fine too, but what I heard about those cheap ones is that they have bad connection points here and they often break. The cheaper ones don't have as much reinforcement in this part where it plugs in. So I chose the blue ones. They have other colors. I was going to get these pink ones, but they weren't like next day when I ordered them. Ooh, a post. So far, I like them. So there's a guy outside my window right now, guys. I wonder if he can see me. We're not doing anything crazy anyways. Keystone Region Media, thank you. I like the colors. Thank you, Julia. Yeah, these blue ones are nice. The blue ones are nice for sure. Good morning, Julia. How are you? Holy, that is one hell of a tracking feature. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I have a brand called eMeet that sends me products, and one of their latest things that they sent me was Let's see, E-Meet Pixie. They sent me this little camera. It's about $100. This guy right here. $100. This one is not the one I was using over here. The one that I'm using is called a... What is the one that I'm using called? That's an Insta360. I forgot. Yeah, that's what it is. Insta360. They both work the same though. Insta360. What is it called? Webcam. This one. I have a bunch of these too. Link to these ones. These ones are a little bit more expensive, and I think they do about the same thing. This one just has a name brand. Hey, this guy, what's up, man? What's the plan today, Mr. Vic? Nothing much, man. Just doing general camera conversations, helping people out. We got 12 people over on TikTok. We got 3 people in the YouTube world. Appreciate you, YouTube guys. On Kick, we got 2 people. We got 8 followers on Kick. Look at us. Woohoo. And we got 1 viewer on Twitch with 5 followers. So we're growing this thing, boys and girls. Should I have gone with the Ricoh GR instead, or maybe the Fujifilm XM5? Ooh. Bought the Sony 64 a month ago, but I'm still wondering if it was the right choice. Why do you wonder if it's the right choice? You don't like it? If a Fujifilm is in your selection, you always gotta go with the Fujifilm, man. Golden Moments Photography. Good morning, good morning. Do you think it's worth getting flash that tilts? I have a Godox IT30 Pro since November. One that like has like direction that moves to the side, like you can tilt the little flash, and yeah, I think it's worth it depending on the kind of photography that you do, but generally speaking, yeah, for sure. If you have one that's just directional, you can get one that you can get like a master and a slave remote control, and just hook up the master remote to your top of your camera, and then you can mount the slave to the flash, and then you can kind of point it, put it somewhere else, or like take a picture and hold the flash so you can like change the direction of it. But if you want one that sits on top of your camera that moves, I think it's a solid investment for sure. For sure. I bought some from Newer like 4 or 5 years ago. I only do flash photography like once or twice a year for portraits. So for me, at the time I didn't know what was a good brand, but I always recommend Godox. Heather, Healthy Mom Vein, thank you so much for the follow on YouTube. Will you ever drop a video on the C50 video footage? I think I made CJ a video already. It was my first impressions, but I've only used my C50 for my full-time job video, full-time gig, and I can't release that footage because it doesn't belong to me. But I'm gonna start recording more YouTube videos, you guys, with my C50 and doing B-roll with it, so you'll see it throughout my channel. All right, sir, it's closing on 2A. All right, bro. Have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. You have 1 more follower. Woohoo! 3,978 followers on YouTube, or subscribers on YouTube, guys. We're getting there. Is my Canon 1200D a good choice for beginners? I think any camera is a good choice for beginners. Just get started. Fuji versus Leica. I do a lot of portraits inside bars, nightclubs where it's hella dark, and gigs in small bars. You need a light. You need a light, sir. I'm digging into film SLR. What camera what are your options? Godox are great. Yeah, Godox are pretty standard. I hear a lot of good things about the Godox brand, never anything negative. What's your A-roll? A-roll? What do you mean? A-roll would be like talking head stuff, you know? Yeah, I was the tilting flash dude. Yeah. Is the new DJI Osmo Pocket 4 good? I haven't seen it yet. It's gonna be good though. Nikon F3, but I'm broke. Then you should get that, man. If you're broke, get what you can afford. Yeah, buy what you can afford, bro. A-roll camera, you said C50. Oh, no. So I will use the C50 for A-roll and B-roll. But I guess what I was trying to say is that I will create more YouTube content with the C50, and I'll use it for like B-roll and A-roll as well. So most of the stuff that you'll see on my YouTube channel moving forward. I'm also thinking about adding like a little piece of text on the video that says this was filmed on a C50, this was filmed on an R8, this was filmed on, etc. You know, just a little watermark in the corner. The other day I used the C50 for A-roll and I used the R6 Mark III for B-roll. I haven't even imported that footage. I need to figure out if I'm going to edit that today. I'll ingest it. At least I'll ingest it today and I'll get it like cooking. Because the goal today is to get to 4,000 subs on YouTube. That is the #1 priority. And then I'll do other shit on the side. And then I'll prioritize. Tomorrow's April Fool's and it's a new month. A new month. What type of wired headphones are? Oh, these are actually, you're the second person to ask. These are called I can show you right here. I just got them. I got them yesterday. They're my first set of IEMs. They're called the Tipsy M1s. I got them because they were a decent price. They were like a happy medium between like super cheap and like super expensive. The super expensive ones were like $299, $199, and the super cheap ones were like $50 to like $30. And I was like, I can spend $100 on these. These will be fine. Vanessa V, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. Also, thanks for the content ideas. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. I was actually working on making a little aperture, little crash course. I saw many athletes using wired headsets and avoiding wireless earbuds. Huh. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because they don't want to lose their earbuds. Good beginner cam for 800. R50. R50 or the R50V Flux? Yeah, the R50 or the R50Vs are solid choices. R50 you can find for $799 with a kit lens. And then the R50V, if you're into more video, is a little bit cheaper actually. Oh no, with the kit lens it's more expensive, $849. But these are nice cameras to get you started. Canon G7 Mark II, G7X. I don't like any of the Canon G7. How much is the 2? I think those are overhyped. Yeah, hell no. The Mark IIIs are crazy expensive. Jesus, even the Mark II. No way, dude. Yeah, it's sold out and it's not worth it. I would not be buying that camera. It's just overhyped, that's all. Unless you can get it for retail, I would not be buying this camera. There's nothing like wow about it. There's like, this is the G7X3. Unless you can buy it for retail. See, retail makes a lot of sense. But even retail, I still would buy a much newer camera, a better camera. That one is actually really cool. That one, Ash, that one makes sense. That one, the Sony RX100. I was looking at that the other day. That one's actually pretty solid. That one's expensive too, though. But that one does make sense. Sony RX107. Yeah, that one actually does make sense. It is expensive, but this one is actually justifiable. Bought the Lumix S9. Nice. What color did you get? What's an April Fool's joke for a cameraman? Hey, I accidentally broke your lens or your hard drive got corrupted. I don't know. I don't think either of those things are anything to play with, Ash. That's some serious business right there. You'll give somebody a heart attack. Is the ZVE10 worth it? The ZVE10 II, yes. Sounds like a waste, to be fair. What seems like a waste, Mr. Footy Photos? Where can I buy it from? Anywhere where they sell cameras. Depends on where you are. I just bought the Canon E. Nice. The white one is kind of cool looking. I wish that Canon made more white lenses. The Canon earlier. Yeah, it's definitely, it's overhyped. Unless you can find it for retail at like $900, then maybe. Is the Z52 a good camera? It is. I want the Canon R50V as my... It's a perfect streaming camera. I'm using it as a top-down shot right now. This camera right here, this is an R50V. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I got a 16mm lens on it. So you can kind of like... I could do unboxing videos here and stuff. But yeah, it's a great streaming camera. Do you own any cameras? I own a couple cameras, yeah. I'm looking to buy a Sony 6000. How good is it in your opinion, or should I look for something? It's all right. It's a cheap camera to get you started. Wow, your setup is so cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was gonna get the 16mm. That's a nice one. I like the 16mm on the Canon R50 on the crop sensor. That's pretty nice. If you're looking, Jarex, at any lenses for the crop sensors, bro, I really recommend the Sigma lenses. These are all really, really good, dude. This one right here, the 10-18 is really nice. The 18-50, if you want to use it for like vlogging and like content creation, this 10-18 is really cool. It's a little expensive, but it's a really nice lens for that camera. Is Sony ZVE10 good for music video? Yeah. Yeah, it's an entry-level video camera, sure. Noah, we're not doing any reviews today, Noah. What lens for Sony a6000 plane spotting? 100 to 400 millimeter lens. Viltrox Pro versus Sigma Art. Sigma Art, for sure. Do you get revenue from live ads? Yeah, I'm monetized on YouTube. Monetized on YouTube and TikTok, not on Kick or Twitch. We'll get there though. Just bought a Sony 6300. Nice, congratulations. Is the Sony A7, the A7 4 and 5 are pretty decent for sports for sure. Infinite Butter, what up, buddy? Thanks for sticking around, man. Thanks for sticking around. Canon R50 for sure. I'm using a Canon R50 right meow. Right meow. This camera right here is a Canon R50 with a 23mm Sigma up here, and then this one down here is a ZVE-10-2 with a 23mm T-Rui lens. I actually have a little diagram for you guys so you can check it out. Or a little, this is my current streaming setup right here. So I'm using a Sony ZVE-10-2 vertically for TikTok, and I'm using a Canon R50 for YouTubes horizontally. And this is my actually lighting setup right now. These lights I have turned off at the moment. I'm using just a big window that I have right here that's kind of lighting me on the side. I got the ZVE-10. Yeah, the ZVE-10 is a little buns right now. It is, I mean, it's still worthwhile. Depends on what you're using it. Like if you're just using it as a webcam or like very basic stuff, it still looks still pretty decent. What's like good for sports? I was thinking maybe the A7s, the A7 IV, the A7 V, the R6 II, the R6 III, the R5 Mark II, the Nikon Z8. Those are all excellent. I think the Nikon 6 is also, Z6 are pretty nice. When you get into like the $2,500 range, the prosumer, they're all pretty great. How is the KNF concept stuff is pretty nice, Infinite Butter. Pack, what up, Pack? What's your opinion on the EFS? My opinion on the kit lenses are all very, very low. I use it for promo vids and music videos. Cool. Cool, man. If it's getting you paid, bro, and it's paying some bills, use it. Yeah, last night guys, we were in here, we were doing portfolio reviews. By the way, I'm going to be doing portfolio reviews tonight, but they're only going to be done for people that are subscribed to the YouTube channel. So if you're interested in getting a 100% free portfolio review, feel free to jump over to YouTube and subscribe over there. I'll be going live around like 8 to 9 p.m. I'm only going to do a select number of them. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. I'm really close to 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. This close, you guys. I've been subscribed. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Can you tell me your setup on the R50? The R50 right now, I have it set up with a 23mm lens. I have this camera right here. Hold on, let me show you. I'm using currently this lens, the Sigma 23, really nice lens. The 23mm is quickly becoming one of my favorite lenses and focal lengths. on a crop sensor. And then I'm using the R50, of course. More details. I guess it has a cage. I'm using a cage on it. So the way that I have it set up for streaming is just a HDMI, but also on my Amazon storefront, I have everything that I use, like literally everything. I'm using one of these things for the HDMI, one of these cables right here, little small rig HDMI cable, and I'm using one of these because it has a micro HDMI. So I'm using this to turn it to a full HDMI, and these screws right here mount to the side of the cage, which is why I have a cage on it. Yeah, subscribe on YouTube. That's where I'm trying to get people to go. What's up, YouTube world? Everybody on TikTok, say hello to YouTube, by the way, so that they don't feel so lonely over there. Same with Kick and Twitch. I mean, YouTube, how about the Sony 10 to 20? What about it? I don't think I've never used that lens, but can you explain understanding your meter in S-Log and where things should land, such as your settings? I don't do a lot of S-Log recording. Here's what I do when I'm trying to understand my camera and my log footage is that I do a lot of recording. A lot of recording and filming on stuff that is like, I film by a window, I film in like darker situations, I film with myself in the frame, and then I take all of that footage that doesn't matter, isn't very important, and I take it into the editing room and I play around with it. And I also, in the metadata, you're able to see like your settings, right? So which camera are you talking about, man? Right now, somebody was asking about the R50, so I was just talking about the R50. Just talking about all cameras, really, nothing too crazy. This camera up here is the R50, and this is the ZVE-10 II. But in S-Log also, I use zebras. I also do false colors just to make sure that everything is like properly exposed. But there's tons of YouTube tutorials on that. But the best piece of advice that I can give you if you're experimenting with a new log footage and you've never done it before is just to get in the reps. I mean, is these are phones, cameras, or webcams, or what? They are cameras. One of them is a Canon R50 Casperio, and the other one is a Sony ZVE-10. It's I'm using these cameras right here. These two cameras right here. Brewman, good morning. How is Sony A7C II as a first cam and 3 lenses must have? The A7C II is great. That's a fantastic choice. Congratulations. You already own it. If you're thinking about buying it, that's a good one. And the must-have lenses are always the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity of lenses. 16 to 35, 24 to 70, 70 to 200. Just subbed on YouTube. Thank you. Woo! 3,980 subs on YouTube. 20 more to go. 20 more to go. If you guys are hanging out over on TikTok and haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Really trying to hit my goal today of 4,000 subscribers. Could really use your help. Pin the YouTube on TikTok. I don't think I can pin stuff on the screen without YouTube getting mad at me, but I can show you. If you are on TikTok, all that you gotta do is hit my little profile page, my picture, the first link in the bio, and then I have a little YouTube logo right here, and that takes you right to YouTube. Mm-hmm. I've heard many say when in log, don't worry about what your monitor shows because you're always trying to show a perfect image. I don't know. I would encourage you to try, man. Just get out there and do the thing. You know, when we have these cameras like in our hands, just go out there. Just go out there and use it. You know, film stuff that doesn't matter. Practice, practice, practice. That's really it. That's really it. I'm back from yesterday, still looking for any possible alternative to the A7R3. I think you should just buy the camera, man. If you need those resolutions, that's what you should get. Just pull the trigger, Pablo. Make a decision, bro. I was saying this a lot yesterday. I made a short about this. I was like, the first camera that you buy is definitely not going to be the last. So just make the decision, pull the trigger, and go for it, you know? I shoot in so many different lighting situations daily, need to dial my stuff in. Exactly. So you need to get out there and practice, dude. But not only practice filming, practice editing it. So like if you film throughout the day a bunch of different stuff, you know, pay attention to your settings, you know, bring a little notebook with you and take notes of what you're currently in. The metadata should help you. But not only doing that, but also taking that footage and editing it. You know what I mean? In my home, to get practice with different lighting situations and different recordings, I do a lot of coffee videos. So making coffee, making breakfast, just something that I do all of the time to get those reps in. What camera are you using right now for like Gab? On TikTok, I'm using a ZVE 10-2. Sony ZVE 10-2. I plan on the R6 Mark III being my last, but it won't be your last, bro. You're gonna buy the R6 Mark V when it comes out. The R6 Mark III, that'll last you like 5-6 years though, easily, bro. And who knows what cameras look like 5 years from now, you know? Editing skills, I will say, are my huge strong suit, but color grading is my biggest flaw. Yeah, so that's what I mean when I mean editing, getting it into the coloring suite and just coloring it. And just practice. Bro, I want to make an Avengers Doomsday full movie. For that, what would be my best option? Can everything be done on just an iPhone? Use your iPhone. I would say use your iPhone. And see what you can create with your iPhone. That'd be a nice project. You should film that. You should film you filming that with your iPhone and then create a YouTube video out of it. That'd be some good content. 18-105 f4G Sony versus the 18-135, which is better? I just take photos. I would probably do the 18-105 f4, truthfully. If it's a constant aperture, f4, I would do that one. What do you think about the Sony FX3? It's like a camera a bit old. The new camera like Nikon ZR, Canon C50 are not in the market like Sony FX3 as people would prefer FX3. I think the FX3, I wouldn't buy one in 2026 just because I would wait. I would wait to see what the FX3 Mark II it has to offer. 5 years from now, we take screenshots and screen recordings with our eyes. Yeah, exactly. Maybe. I need to start doing behind the scenes. I film cars for... Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, everybody should be doing BTS. Everybody. I use an Insta360 for my BTS. Action cameras, DJI Pocket 3s. Those are all great cameras for BTS stuff. For those of you guys just joining on YouTube, hello, welcome in. We're just answering questions about cameras, lenses, camera options, lighting, mics. all that kind of stuff. If you're new here, welcome. Feel free to participate in the conversation if you haven't already. Original R versus the R6 Mark II. R6 Mark II, that's an easy one. That's an easy one. Valerie Visions, what up, Valerie Visions? Good morning. Do you have filters? Yeah, I do. That's a good question. The filters that I'm currently using are Pro Black Mist filters. Pretty cheap ones. I can show you right here. I'm using, these are the exact ones, I think. Let me see if I can find them. Are they here? Where did I have them last time? Maybe I need to add them. But they're a set. I bought them as a pair. And then I bought them a couple of times. But they are, let me find them. They're from K&F Concept. They're 1/8 Black Mist filters. Black Mist. There's also Pro Mist, but those are a little bit more expensive. Here we go. Is this the one? Here we go. This is the exact one that I bought. I'll add a couple of these actually. No, not this one. That's for the Fuji. Oh, I also own this one. I think I already owned that one. You can buy them individually. They don't cost a lot of money. But yeah, I'm using Black Mist filters. Manage. Let's move these around. There we go. So the ones that I'm using are, these are the exact ones that I have. These ones. So they came in a pack of 2. They came in a pack of 2. One of them is 1/4 and the other one is 1/8. And that's what gives the little bloom effect of the light. So if I like have a light here, you'll see the glowiness of the light. If that makes sense. You guys see that? That light back there also can do it, obviously, but I have it pointed away from you because if I point it directly at the camera, it's like super bright. Your live just came by my YouTube feed. A like and a sub. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Valerie Visions, thank you for the question, by the way. Crazy Diamond, hello, hello. Where are you from, bruh? Planet Earth. Just use an iPhone 5S camera. You can use an iPhone 5 camera if you want. Yeah. I have an R10. Nice. Should I upgrade my lens or camera first? I do sports. I would, you know what I would do, Braden? That's a great question. I would rent the lens. Rent the 70-200 f2.8. See what you think about it. You know what I mean? See if you like it. See if it's like worth the investment. If you're in the United States, renting is like not as expensive as you think. It's super, super affordable. You can rent it for like 14 days for like a couple $100, and then you get to really know if the lens is like worth it. It's like test driving your car, you know? Vic, do you have a tutorial on somewhere on using LUTs? I don't, and I need to make one. That's a good idea, actually. I don't do a lot of color grading though, Brewman, to be honest, because I use my camera straight out of their standard profiles. I don't do a lot of like creative editing. Like I'm not trying to create the next Joker or Matrix film, you know? But I did film my last YouTube video in log just so that I could practice grading a little bit. Just to see what it's like. Just to, you know, get some more experience. I've done it before, but again, I don't do like heavy editing. I'm happy with just, this is straight out of camera with a filter on the lens. But what I can do is I can do like a simple color grading like video. That's what I'll do. I'll position it as like for professionals. because that's who my market target audience is. Valerie Visions. Hey Kyla, how are ya? Are you are the Canon EOS R still good for landscape? Yeah, 100%. Hello, what's going on, y'all? What do you think of the Canon 7D for sports? It's a little bit older now, but if that's what you got, use it. What lens can you recommend for landscape? I would do something wide for landscape, like a 15 millimeter, 16 millimeter. What camera are you using for the stream? For YouTube, I'm using a Canon R50. Oops, wrong one. I'm using a Canon R50, and then for TikTok, I'm using a Sony ZV-E10 II. I have the DJI Osmo Action 6. Cool. Thank you for sharing that information. 3,982 guys. 18 more subs to go. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I want to create a music YouTube channel of mine, dreaming to become Taylor Swift like artist, so that I need to get a better camera and a lower budget. For recording music that give me quality like Swift. Do you have any tips? Do I have any tips for you, DJ? Just use it. Use it. 0 tips, bro. The number one tip that anybody can give you, man, is just to use your camera. Just use it every single day. If you use it every day for 30 days, I guarantee you, you're going to be a goddamn monster with that camera. I guarantee it. But people skip over that step all the time. They just want like, hey, how do I do this fast? Like, you gotta do it a lot. That's how you get better, man. You put in the reps. There's no secret. There is no secret, unfortunately. Trust me, if there was a secret, I would share it. I would tell you. Oh, I'm gonna add this to my workstation. Yeah, let's do this. Edit. I don't have the 7D, but I was thinking to go buying it for $100. I have the R. If you have the R, I would just stick with the R. You know what I mean? Why would you spend money on a camera that's so old? I mean, it's $100. Yeah, it's $100. Which is not a crazy amount of money, you know. Maybe try it, but I don't really see a reason to spend more money unless you want to. Biggest tip ever, give it to me. Whoa, Malik wants the biggest tip ever. Whoa. I have a question. Should I buy an 18 of? Yeah, that lens is sick for photo, video, and premiums. Caspiro, tell me then which camera I should buy that I'll pick. What's your budget, Caspiro? How much money do you have? How much money are you willing to spend on your Taylor Swift dream? Depends on what they're shooting. Canon R don't have enough FPS, but 7D does. Yeah, I guess that's right? But like, I don't know, man. I think you're working backwards. Then again, you know me, Malik, like anything below $250, I'm like, just fucking buy it, you know? Pause on that. Biggest tip, give it to me. Whoa, boys. Take it easy. There's ladies in the chat, man. Let's be respectful. So I go to Sigma 18 for, oh yeah, Kayla. I have that lens. That lens is fucking spectacular. I have it. I own all of these lenses, by the way. So 18 to 50 is, you have the ZV-E10, right? Do you have the ZV-E10 II? Oh shit. If you have the 10 II and you got this lens, you're going to be unstoppable, dude. Yeah. Oh, you got the Mark 1. Darn. It's okay though. It's still a great lens. What are you doing with it, Kyla? Remind me. Like, what do you want to film? You just want an all-rounder? Yeah. I have a budget of $25 trillion. I think you should get an Ari Alexa. Yeah, you should get an Ari Alexa. Photo and video. Yeah, this will be solid for you. Just keep in mind that the 18 millimeters, you know, might not be that good for like personally vlogging, like handheld vlogging. I know a lot of people like to do that. If you're looking to do something like that, you need to get the 10 to 18. But truthfully, what I would do is I would buy the 18 to 50 first, and then I would put, yeah, it's a great lens. And then I would put the 10 to 18 on your wish list and work towards it. That way you'll have the 10 to 18 and the 18 to 50, and you'll have like a full 2 lenses that cover like a lot of range. You know what I mean? For video, like make a persona video vlog, and like photo, like shot street portrait. Yeah, this will be great. Yeah, it'll be great. I should go out and do some portraits with the 18 to 50 one day. What camera do you guys think I should use? I'll probably use the R7. Yeah, I'll probably use the R7. I'm thinking in the future, also, I'll see if I can set this up. I'm thinking in the future, what I want to do is for people that contribute and are part of the YouTube members, I'm gonna include a bunch of free raw photos, so that, because I do a lot of like edit with me sessions, and like people chill out and like hang out for an entire editing session, and like I'll include some photos in the in like some raw photos, so that people can download them if they want and use them to edit and like kind of follow along, so that they can have proper images with like, so that they can learn. Because what happens oftentimes when we're watching tutorials of people editing, they have their own photos that are shot in very specific ways, and like what you're watching doesn't really apply to the photos that you have. So being able to edit alongside with me with the same exact photos might be helpful, you know? XT50 or A7C3? What's an A7C3? I don't usually see you doing morning streams. I've been doing morning streams all month, bro. All month. Yeah, I've been on a sprint blank for the past month. Thank you for the follow, blank. Appreciate it. The R100. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You could probably film a Taylor Swift music video with the R100. What do you think, Malik? Hello, Lau. How are you? Buy a Sony A7 III to combine with a 67, or sell the 67 and get the A7 V. I would probably be aiming for the A7 V. Hey, long time viewer, first time caller. What's up, Visuals? How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for contributing to the chat today. What's going on over on these other? What's Kick? I got 2 viewers. All right, all right. 8 followers on Kick. Look at me, guys. We're doing this thing. We're doing this thing. 3,983 subscribers on YouTube. We're close, boys. We are close. Visuals, I'm not doing any reviews tonight. I will be doing reviews later on. So make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and I'll be going live later on around 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll be doing one last free portfolio review session. Woohoo, so close. Yeah, Julia, we're almost there. How many more do I need? What is that? I need 17 more followers. 17. Oh, so close. So close. Maybe just a quick peek then? No, nope, nope. Nope. It's going to be later on visual. So if you want, and also you got to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. So that's the give and take right there, right? So what I charge for that, for the review, is a YouTube subscription. That's it, which is free. Is the A7 worth buying for first-time filmmakers? Mark 1, Mark 2, maybe Mark 3? I would at least buy the Mark 3, but I wouldn't even be buying the Mark 3 in this day and age. Unless you can get it for like a really good deal, the Mark 3 is... I would be looking at the Mark 4, the Mark 5. I'm getting started with gig photography, and I have a 55 550D with 50 millimeter. What lens should I use? Started with what kind of gig photography? What does that mean? Ryko. I'll go sub and add you on IG. Thank you, visuals. Yeah, I'll be back tonight, and you can sign up. Get added to the queue. Last night we did. How many did we do last night, Julia? We did a bunch of people last night. Last night was a good stream. I recorded the whole thing too, which was nice. Let's see. Last night we did 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 people we reviewed last night. Oh, forgot it's music gigs, usually low light. I would buy something super bright. Super bright, like an f1.8 at least. You know, f2.8 at the very least. Yeah, f1.8, f1.4. What camera do you have, Ryko? Yeah, it was 19 people, Julia. Visuals, thank you for following, visuals. We'll get there. We'll get there. By the way, visuals, I get a notifications whether you followed or not, so I know that I know if you're lying. My YouTube sub count didn't change, visuals, so I see you, bro. It went by too fast. Yeah, it was almost a 3-hour stream. Hey, bro, you take donations? I do take donations. What are donations, actually? Donations on Kick. How do those work? What should I give people in return for donations on Kick? Maybe a portfolio review? Yeah, if they're interested. I haven't really worked out the monetization system or the way I want to monetize Kick or Twitch just yet. I can't donate. There's no link or anything. Oh, it's probably because I'm not monetized on Kick yet. I guess the only thing you could do is a sub, unfortunately. Gift 1 sub. I don't know. I'm new to Kick. What is it? The Vellock. I'm new to Kick and Twitch. Brand new to it, so I don't know how anything works over there. We're getting better though. I'll figure it out. Thanks for asking though, but if there's no button, then I don't know. Let me follow you real quick. You seem so chill. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, make sure to sub over on YouTube, guys. That's today's goal. Today's goal is to get to 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is visuals. Thank you. Appreciate it. TAV visuals. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hola, amigo. Saludos. ¿De dónde eres, amigo? I don't know if I should trade my 24 f1.4 3550 for a Sony 28 to 70 f2. That's a monster lens. Just fun traveling. Have you ever used that lens, Hello Lau? That lens is a tank. It's very big. If you're okay with the weight of it, I think it's a solid choice because that lens is truly an all-in-one. I have it for the Canon and it's pretty incredible, but it's big. Can we agree that 4K is overrated? I cannot agree that 4K is overrated. I am streaming, by the way. Speaking of 4K, I'm streaming in 1080p right now, 1080/30. Just resubbed. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you for the sub. $3,984. What is that? 16 more? 16 more to go. Visuals. I have a few cameras. Cool. Me too. I have a couple cameras as well. Komodo X. Ooh, Komodo X. Nice. I've never used the Komodo. The Nikon ZR is nice. I like the screen on that. What are your thoughts on the Nikon ZR versus the FX3? Hannah, I saw a listing for an X70 for, do you think, what's an X70? What is an X70? Let's look at that. Is that a Fujifilm? How much was it? Ooh. I'm looking at it right now and it retails used. It's pretty expensive. How old is this camera? It's a Fuji though. Ooh. 18, 2.8. Yep. Wide angle fixed lens. 16 megapixels. Using technologies developed by the X100 series, newly designed Fujinon lens. That sounds like a good deal. Make sure you're not getting ripped off. Fujis are cool. Yeah, I have one Fuji. Have you guys all seen my Fuji? I like showing it off. 10 years old. It seems like a good price. Just make sure that you're not... what's your IEM? Oh, thank you so much for asking. I just got these the other day. I am currently using they're called Tipsy. They were pretty fairly priced. Where do I have them? Is it here? Where did I put them? Oops, wrong category. My bad, guys. Workstation. Here they are. These ones right here. There are like super cheap IEMs. There's like $20 ones, $10 ones, $30 ones, and then there's also like crazy expensive ones, like $200 ones. I figured these $100 ones would be a nice happy medium. 10 years old. Low light is good on both. ISO is overrated, but the noise pattern clean is up a little. Blotchy. Got it. They have discontinued it. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like an older camera, but... Show the class. What's the class? Oh, the IEMs? Yeah, these are kind of cool. They're kind of cool. Luke Kim, 67 with a Sigma 17. That's a nice lens. Oh, easy. The A7C2 with the G Master. Hell yeah. 24 to 50. Easy. After our combos Saturday, I went ahead and bought the Fro packs and I'm playing with them now. I kind of like Skittles. Skittles was cool. I like the Blues Clues. Bob Ross was really cool. There's also a couple ones. Did you buy all of them, Brewman? I'm not like, you know, I wouldn't go out and like recommend them. I bought them because there was like a lot of them for like $100 or whatever it cost. And it's a good starting point, you know. Just keep in mind, you know, Brewman, cool that you bought them. I wish I had an affiliate link for them. Presets, this goes for everybody. Presets are just a starting point. You know, presets are just a starting point. They're just for you to slap on and then fiddle with the dials, you know. I am a commercial DP. I have been in the industry for about nice. Thanks for joining, Visuals. Yeah, we could definitely use your working knowledge in the chat. So there's a couple of people in here. We had a guy last night. His name was Bruce. Was it Bruce, Julia? We all want to be like Bruce, who was like a professional food photographer as well. He works on high-end production sets and stuff as well. Visuals, bro. Yeah, I sent you a follow on IG. Nice. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Sorry I missed last night. All good, man. We're going to do portfolio reviews, free portfolio reviews tonight. Yeah, definitely appreciate more. I can't be the only perceived expert on stream, right? So having people from different professions coming in is super valuable to the chat. So always welcome here. Bruce. Yeah, Bruce Schlauber. Huber. Anthony B. Cookin, what's up, bud? I'll come back and visit. Yeah, for sure. Drop in anytime. Drop some nuggets of wisdom before you leave, you know? Should I get a PC for Lightroom and Photoshop or laptop? Unless you need to be mobile, like you need to be mobile, or you want to be like one of those guys that sits at a cafe with their laptop and journal writing their next screenplay, which is cool if you want to be that guy. I would get a desktop. But if you want to be mobile, the reason why I say that is because you get a much, actually, you know what? Nowadays with RAM prices, it might be even better just to get a laptop. Laptops kind of limit your ability to like upgrade it and expand things later on. That's a tough choice now because RAM prices are wild. Is Olympus Pen EPL still? I have no idea what that camera is. I've never in my life seen anyone use an Olympus camera. I use a MacBook, hello, because I'm on the road too much. Yeah, exactly. So if you're mobile, like I have a gaming laptop that I use for my work, that my work provided me because I do a lot of traveling in the city, or and I also work remotely. Or hybrid, I should say. So I need a powerful laptop that I can take to and from work. Saludos, bro. Saludos, amigo. ZBR, laptop heat up faster also. Yep. Yeah, unless you need to be mobile, I would just get a desktop. But some laptops are pretty powerful, man. What's your best advice for photographers that are starting to charge for their work? Get testimonials. So I wish I had done this or learned this sooner, but in the onboarding process, when you're working with a paid client, during the onboarding process, clarify and mention in some way or another that after the project is done, that you'd like to get either a video testimonial or some sort of written testimonial from them that you will be using for marketing purposes. So if you can lay that out at the very beginning, it makes it so much easier depending on if you're doing video or if you're doing photo work. That kind of stuff is really important. Gia Bundes, thank you for the follow. Gracias, amigo. Mac is king for travel. Yeah, a lot of people like Macs, but there are limitations with Mac, but they work really good for what they are, you know? Like the new M5s, M4 chips, those are really impressive machines. Really impressive. And if you're like a working DP like Visuals over here, you need that horsepower, you know? Are IEMs worth switching from headphones? I like the IEMs. I do like the IEMs. What I need to do is buy a longer cable though, because I'm kind of tied to my desk and I'm a little, the cable's a little short for me, so. Alex Sucido just followed. Thank you so much, Alex. Yes, sir. I am still on the M1 Max. Yeah, so when you buy like premium stuff like that, you're gonna get a long life out of them. And Visuals, can you enlighten us a little bit? Do you ever find your M1 to struggle with your, let's say like your Komodo footage? Or do you have to use a lot of proxies? Or does it just blow through it? And I'm talking about like scrubbing. Also, what editing software are you using? DaVinci or Premiere Pro or Final Cut? Or something even fancier? Opinions on the Canon R6 Mark II. Solid, dude. R6 is sick. It struggles with H.265. I think that's every PC though, right? My first project was filming my cousin's. That's awesome, Ash. That's awesome. Actually, one of my first project was filming my sister's wedding on a cell phone. I should look back at that footage now that I know how to edit better. That was like, how long ago was that? 8 years now? Wow. 7 years? No, 6 years. Had to be, right? It was during COVID. I remember. DaVinci 100. Bet. Opinions on the T6i? Zero opinions on the T6i. I say to everybody, do not buy a Rebel Series camera. Raw footage reads easier because it isn't compressed. Got it. Got it. Is going from a T3 to a 26i a good upgrade? No, I would aim for an R50 Prince Visuals. I'm gonna crack this door open, guys. Give me 1 second. Can you guys hear the outside? I don't think so. Actually, let me check. Wave. I need to monitor my audio. That's why I got these, so I can monitor my audio better. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you guys can't hear nothing. There's a little bit of a delay, and I was hoping that I wouldn't have to deal with that. I want to monitor my own voice in real time, but my audio sounds pretty crispy. Not gonna lie. Pretty happy with that. Canon R50. Yeah, the R50 is nice. I have an R5 and I still love my R5. Yeah, 5D Mark III is a monster camera, dude. That camera, the 5D Mark IV, and I think the Mark III is still used by a lot of pros. What's the perfect camera for wedding videos? An R6 Mark III. Love that Logi. Me too. Yeah, I use it. I have like 3 of them. They're really nice mouses. They're not very good. They're not gaming mouses. Like anytime I show my top-down screen, they're like, what keyboard and mouse is that? I'm like, these are just productivity, like, productivity keyboard and mouse. I think it's the MX series, MX keys and MX mouse. Mine's the old one though. Mine's all grimy. I've had this for years. I do know that they released a new one. Maybe I'll upgrade one of these days. I like the Fronos photo preset as a starting point. Yeah. Yeah, I use Fronos photos presets. They're okay. XG Soli, what up? The T8i is a decent camera, not for the price, but like specs compared to the other DSLR, it's good. I tell Wyatt, unfortunately, man, I think the Rebel series are a scam. ZBR, looking to get a new monitor, not trying to break the bank. What do you recommend? I use all Samsung monitors. Thank you for the follow. Our camera crew in events this weekend had a Canon R6 and R5. Yeah, it's a solid kit. Can you compare the ZVE10 versus the 60, which is paying extra? The 6700 has a really nice sensor. This has the same sensor as the FX30. But the 6700 I would consider more of like a hybrid video and photo camera, where the ZVE10 II I would say is mostly video. ZVE10 II is a solid camera, but between those two, there's only like what, $300 price difference. maybe. The ZVE-10 II is good for filmmaking. Yeah, it's a decent little video camera. Yeah, I have the MX3. Yeah, I did see that they released a new one. I don't know what the new one model is, but mine have been kicking for so long that I don't have a reason to upgrade. I'm sure that the new ones are great though. Yeah, I also have my mouse with buttons to like cut and trim as well. You look like an angel with that background light on. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before. On TikTok, definitely. Or, oh, with the little halo. On YouTube, it does look a little different. Yeah, you're right. On TikTok, the camera angle is a little bit lower, so it's behind my head, so it just peeks through. Yeah, it's definitely a nice feature for sure. For video, it was an FX3. I saw quality was really nice. Yeah, FX3 is a monster camera, dude. Yeah, the FX3 is solid. Two different cameras. Yeah, visuals. So I'm multi-streaming on TikTok. I have a Sony ZVE-10 II with a C-RU-E lens, 23 millimeter, and then on YouTube horizontal, I'm using a cheap R50 with a 23 millimeter Sigma. Both of them they have almost the exact same settings, except for the Sony has an f1.2 lens, and I have it set to f1.2. The color temperatures do look a little different though. So TikTok gets one image and then YouTube and Kick and Twitch get another one. What's the difference between mirror and mirrorless cameras? The mirrorless cameras don't have a mirror. What is your current main camera? My main current camera is the R5 Mark II, but my favorite camera right now is the C50. What do you think of the 1635 f4 Zeiss lens? Solid, pretty good. On the full frame sensor, I like the f4s for sure. Saw the ZVE-10 for 300 bucks. I have a Canon R50. Is it worth 300 bucks? Is nothing, dude. I would pick it, unless it's a scam. Be careful of scams. That kind of sounds like a scam. The ZVE-10 1 retails for like $700, $800, right? I sold all my GMs for Sigma Arts. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The GMs, they're all like $800 to $1,000 more than the art lenses, man. Like every single one. So I think that was pretty solid. Just to save some extra shekels, you know? Put some more money back into your business. Or take some money out of the business and use it for something else, you know? Masters don't match. You saying that the images rendered from the G Masters don't match? Really? Why do you think that is? That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Even if you're using them across different cameras, or were you testing it on the same camera? That's fascinating. Do you think visuals that's across the board? Is that like a known thing? These are the reasons why Sony, to me, is losing a lot of its like loyal customers. Shit like that. It is known. Got it. Got it, dude. Got it. Jesus, man. Sony sometimes, man, there's a lot of people that are in the chats that are Sony fanboys. That is fine. You know, you like what you like. But like every time I hear something about Sony, I'm like, that sounds like a Sony thing that they would do. Yeah, it's an issue. It would be an issue. It wouldn't be issue at the hobbyist level, you know, like whatever. But like when you're on a production set, that shit matters, dude. Wow. So all of the G Masters aren't produced in the same plant? Interesting. For my kids' sports soccer, recommend a 100 or 400 or 150 to. I would, both would be great. I would probably look at their variable aperture. Resumen Católico. I would look at their variable aperture ranges and see which one I like better. Both would be great options, truthfully. Are either of those an art lens or are they sport lenses? Probably sports, right? Sony update coatings all the time. Interesting. Interesting. That's a problem, dude. That's a problem. I would be pissed, dude. Yeah, I would be pissed. We run 3.6 cameras sometimes for events, and it's, yeah, hell yeah, it would be. Hell yeah, dude. I was answering somebody's question earlier about switching from Sony to Canon or Canon to Sony, and I was saying, like, switching brands, like, is often a pain in the ass, unless you work with a crew of people that all use Sonys or all use Canons or whatever. Then it makes sense to switch over, you know what I mean, to make the workflow a lot easier. Fascinating. That's good info, man. That's good. And that kind of shit you really don't run into, you don't know until you're actually working with them at a high level. Fascinating. See, this is the kind of knowledge that we need, Visuals. I appreciate you, man. GG's. What's the best way to enhance quality of a smartphone video? I would say the easiest and most cost-effective way is probably to get an ND filter, like a cell phone case that has an ND filter. That's a pretty easy way. Also, learning proper lighting and composition really helps a lot. Cell phone footage can look pretty decent. Why wouldn't they just use the same coatings? Probably cost. It means that their quality control isn't up to par. They have a couple of holes. Who knows? I am also a colorist, right? Yeah, so that shit matters, man. Yeah, you know what's funny too, Visuals, is that brand preferability, like brand preference, is also different regionally. Like, you're saying that in Dallas, everybody's using Sonys. Up here in New York and Philadelphia area, people are on Canons. So there's like little pockets of preferences, you know, throughout the United States, which is kind of cool too. Narpy, what's your take on variable aperture zoom lenses around $700-300 range? Or I say stick to constant aperture zooms if you can afford it. I believed you, Visuals. I believed you, bro. Yeah, there's no reason for me to doubt what you're saying. I take what people say on good faith, man. On good faith. I generally believe people have good intentions, you know, unless there's people out there that abuse that and I have a reason to doubt them, you know, but my trust with certain things, of course, right, within reason. Like, I got no reason to doubt you, bro. Yeah, and also I can snoop out bullshit pretty quickly, you know. Like, if I can ask you like a pretty surface level question and you fail to answer it, then I know you're full of shit, right? And I wouldn't call that person out in public, like, unless they're being a tool or a jerk. But you can smell bullshit pretty quickly. Canon are the iPhone users of the camera world. I disagree, Ash. I think Sony is the Apple users of the world. What about like variable aperture L lenses from Canon? L series is different. Those L lenses and G Master lenses are test me, pop. Nah, no test required, man. No test required. Again, I have no reason to doubt you. Whenever I have doubts, like somebody last night that was in here had a film project for their university, and I asked them, like, on the video that they created, like, what part did they contribute to this? and they were able to answer all the basic questions that I'm like, cool, I trust this person, right? But I've run into a couple people that are like, that give me fake accounts or use a lot of AI, and then I ask them like, how did you create this? And they can't answer simple things, right? Again, I'm not going out there seeking to like oust people or anything like that. Like I don't give a shit, dude. You know what I mean? Sony A7 IV, solid. 3,985 followers. You got 15 more subscribers to go on YouTube. 15 more. We'll get there. We'll get there. What up, Narpy? Good to see you, bro. What is a good photography phone point and shoot? The iPhone. The iPhone. Any. Excuse me. Any flagship camera is a cell phone is good. Yeah, any flagship camera is good. By the way, you guys usually ask like what my lighting setup is in my current room right here. And I made this a while back, but pretty much right now I'm lighting myself. I'm sitting in this chair with my computer. I got 2 cameras facing me right here. I do have a webcam here, and I have a top-down cam as well. This top-down cam is a R50V. Probably my most recommended camera, if it grabs focus. Is it gonna do it? No, I don't think there's any context on that. What is going on here? This is, if it focuses, is one of my favorite cameras. Maybe my AF is fucked up right now. There we go. That's the R50V, my most recommended camera to beginners. Use that for top-down shots, and then I have a big-ass light that's lighting me right now, a big-ass light that's keying me. I have this little pattern. Is it turned on? Oh, it's not even on right now. A tube light, 2 tube lights right behind me, and then I also have a big-ass light way back there. I think people go for Sony because the lens prices. Yeah, that's a huge reason. Oh, so the Nikon ZR, I use the Mega adapter and get the great AF with the E mount Sigmas. Nice. I was really happy. I went to a local camera shop and was playing around with the Nikon ZR, and I was thinking about buying it last December, but then I thought about all of the glass. I wasn't going to trade anything. So I was going to like, do I really want to jump into the Nikon ecosystem at this price point? And I reconsidered. Jose Para, good morning. Is there an AI software in modern cameras? There is. Yeah, there's a lot of AI. How big is that softbox at the right? The softbox that I'm using, I have them listed on my Amazon storefront. My YouTube setup. Do I have them here? I think I do. No, I don't. Fuck. I suck at this. I think they're like 30 inches. This is one thing I'll do today. I'll organize this so that I have... That's on my to-do list. Organize Amazon storefront so that it makes it easier. I've been putting that off for like a week now. I travel, which is the pancake lens for personal. Nice. Avion, good morning. Dreamless behavior here. Thanks again for the critique. Oh yeah, no problem, dude. Thanks for submitting your account for review. Yeah, we did like 19 people last night, so it was pretty cool. It was a good time. I was thinking about buying the 28 to 70 G Master. I don't have the Sony version. I have the 28 to 70 Canon. Big Bertha, Big Chungus. I call her the thickest. I like her. The G Master, they made it a lot lighter though, so but it's still pretty girthy. You know, she's thick like molasses. Yeah, it's a big ass lens. It's definitely a workout. You definitely need to be it's not for the weak. Like you physically need to be a strong person to carry that lens around. What's a good flash that you recommend? I like Godox stuff. Sparkling Photography, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I had a ZVE, a Z52, then I just can't pick it over my... Really? Interesting. I mean, the D700 and D810 are probably nice, beefy, chunky pieces of gear, right? The Z50 probably feels like a toy. Ash, on YouTube. What are the consistent things you have to buy as a professional photographer? Like consistently buy? I find myself buying all of the time SD cards. Nothing really. Nothing really. Once you have a good kit, you just buy odds and ends here or there. Yeah, I was gonna say storage. Luckily for me, for the past like 6-7 years that I've been doing this, 6 years, every Black Friday and Christmas time, I buy like storage like this. I buy them in packs. The cards that I buy are V60s, and I usually buy them in like 3 packs. So I've amassed a big collection of these over the years. I only buy V60s because whenever I need to film like higher, like I need faster read and write speeds, my cameras have the what's it called? The CF Express Type B. Do you guys want to see my favorite camera of all time? I'll show you. Can you guys guess what it is? Canon C50. I bought this camera. I told myself that it was for work, and it is for work, but truthfully, I bought it for myself. I paid for it, so I didn't build a company, so don't worry. But yeah, it's this the C50 right here. I have some ideas of like trying to film my life and like my everyday like vlog with like more cinematically. So I know that I didn't need this camera and I have plenty of other cameras, but I really wanted to buy my first it's an entry-level cinema camera, believe it or not. That camera is $4,000 and it's just a beginner cinema camera. Storage. Yeah, so to answer your question, who was that? Ash? Yeah. Godox. Jose Parra. Godox. Godax. Godox. Is that how you spell Godox? I forget. Avion, would you recommend the Tamron 30 to 150? I would. Which, well, don't you have the R series camera? You'd have to get an EF adapter, right? Also, they have a 30 to 100 f2.8 if you're interested, Avion. Godox, yeah, you got it. No, I have a Sony. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's solid, dude. They have the 30 to 150, the one that you said, and they also have the 30 to 100, which is, I think they made it like half the size, if I'm not mistaken. But that's a solid. The 30 to 150, I know that wedding photographers and event people love that lens. Who makes it? Tamron, right? 30 to 150. Yeah, so they got this lens here. Ooh, she's pricey though. And then they made the new one. They made the new one lighter and cheaper. Yeah, $8.99. So this right here, like because this one's crazy expensive. It's crazy big too. Super solid though, I'm not gonna lie. Is it worth this 1,500? I think so. But this one, 35 to 100 f2.8 constant. This is solid, dude. This is solid. Can't stand Tamrons. Tamrons aren't my favorite either, but I give them a shot. I prefer Sigmas a lot more. I don't own any Tamrons. Anytime that I've seen lenses like fail or break or their build quality isn't up to par, it's always a fucking Tamron. It's always a Tamron. You did it. Yeah, I did do it, Julia. Exactly. Hello, I have a Canon EFS 18-200. Is it good all around? It's all right. Dumplang. Sigma 28-105 f2. How much is that one? That one's crazy expensive though, I bet, dude. Is it worth it? Probably, dude. Is this an art? It's an art lens. Fuck, dude. I think that if you are choosing between this one and the Tamron, I would definitely go with the Sigma. Because this is an art lens. This is different. This is another level. Yeah, these lenses are expensive. So if your choice is between the 35 to 150, I'd probably go with the art lens. Because they're so close in price, right? I wanted Sigma. Yeah, see, exactly. I get it. Avion, I think that Tamron is solid, dude. That's a good choice. But again, if you're between the 35 150, are you buying it used? How much is it used? Let's check that out. I can't find a link for it used. It costs the same. It's like $100 cheaper used. Yeah, unless you really need that extra 50 millimeters, but art lenses are different. Thank you, Shots by Hunter. It lives on my FX3. Yeah, rightfully so. The lens that I've been using on my crop sensor that's a Sigma is the 17 to 40 f1.8. That lens is something special, man. 17 to 40. It's kind of a weird focal range, but it's a really nice lens, dude. This one's made for crop sensors, though. It's a crop lens. And this lens is spectacular. I'll probably just try to save up a little more. All you got to do is a couple more gigs, a couple more gigs. Unless you need that extra 50 millimeter range, the art lenses are really special, man. Not going to lie. I think it's worth, there's not that big of a price gap between the Tamron that you want and the Sigma. If it was like a $500 to $700 price gap, that might be worth considering. But also, I'm not going to lie, man. Don't let us dissuade you from looking at this other cheaper option too. This Tamron 35 to 100 f2.8. This is not bad, dude. Not bad. Thank you for the gifts, J Poopy J. Appreciate it. Have you heard about the Rokinon or the Samyang? I have. I think Samyang had an RF lens, but then they got sued by Canon. I buy from MPB and Adorama. I've never bought from Adorama, but I have bought from MPB and KEH. They have return policies, They have return policies and guarantees and warranties and stuff. Thank you for the gifts, J Poopy J. Do you carry a pistol by chance? What? That is private information shot by Hunter. I'm unfortunately not making money with my camera yet. All the people you saw on my page were friends. You'll get there though. You'll get there. Bro, Avion, you got the skills, dude. You got the skills to start charging. What I saw yesterday was great. Was great. You can charge $100. What's an easy way for a photographer to get started? What I saw yesterday, somebody that I was reviewing, he was doing LinkedIn profile headshots, and he was charging $100 for 10 photos. Get a couple of those throughout the month. Ask for referrals. Also, don't you live in New York City? You're in New York, dude. I think I remember seeing your profile that you were in New York. Is damn, dude. I live in Philly, and I feel the same way about, well, I shouldn't say that, but like there's in major cities, there's always opportunities. Hey man, the Sony A6000 is a good first cam for photos. It's an all right cam. Yeah, I do, but I've been nervous about charging. Didn't think I was. You're there yet. You're there. Let me tell you, you're there. You're 100% there. You're 100% there. That nervousness isn't going to go away until you actually work on it. So unless you're actively going out there, getting rejected a lot, you know what I mean? It's never going to go away. So the only way that it gets easier is you getting out there. Mm-hmm. You getting out there and gaining some confidence. I appreciate it. Yeah, just keep at it. Keep at it. Keep working on your street photography. Keep learning your camera. Keep editing. It's hard for me to remember how I grew into a full business. The way that I grew into a full business was I started with product photography. So I made an account on Fiverr and I offered my services for like $100. And I got a lot of contacts working for small brands, mom and pop shops that were like candle makers. They would make little trinkets for like decor, like household decor. I had a lot of Amazon sellers that were like trying to white label stuff from China through like Alibaba, and then they would slap their label on it, and then they needed brand new photos because it's against Amazon terms of service for you to use stock photos of your product. You need to actually own your photos to use it as a listing. So I got a lot of listing stuff for Amazon during that time. And then from there, I just built my portfolio, kept working on portraits, started doing more product photography. I got hired by a CBD brand. Actually, I'm wearing their shirt right now. This brand right here is a CBD brand. I started working from them. And then you can actually see on my YouTube channel, actually on my Instagram. Where's my Instagram at? Did I hide it somewhere? On my Instagram, you can actually see the brand that I was working with. This brand right here. Chocolate, you know, and I did a bunch of work for them. And then I do a lot of creative, you know, freelance gigs, like these kind of projects where clothing designers and like makeup artists hire me to do coverage of their events and stuff. This woman hired me. I've been working with her for a couple years now, just a couple random projects a year, but she books me to have coverage of the girls that she made this dress, and then I like photograph it and stuff and like all this. So I just photograph event coverage. This one was a project that I did. So there's all kinds of stuff. As long as you stay creative, you know, and I get to pay the bills, I'm happy working. Yeah, this is the same project here. I was trying to find other examples of that project. So this brand Boomy, they've gone through a rebrand recently, but I quit working with them because I got another job working as a full-time content creator for a firm here in Philadelphia. So it all starts small. Why did I get into that? Oh, that's how I started. This weekend or next week, not next weekend, the weekend after that, I am doing a friend's I got invited to do some soccer coverage of a middle school, high school team, and I'm going to practice my sports photography. Did you work with her? Yeah. I worked with that was a pretty big shoot. I got paid some decent cash for that one. Yeah, I worked with a bunch of models. Yeah, you guys can feel free to scope out my my Instagram, where I don't really have it curated to look to attract new clients. I just have it kind of like as a dump of like my creative dump, you know, where I like express myself. It all has to do with earning money with cameras though. Everything related to content and stuff. I remember this video was kind of funny. I was really happy with this video here. It's a little BTS video. Yeah, I've done a bunch of shit, guys. Done a bunch of shit. All fun stuff, you know? Here's my cat. She's super mad at me right there. Yeah, all pretty fun stuff. This was my second shooter that day. She was a videographer as well. She was just getting started in her career. Just a big creative dump, right? And I share it because this is kind of like my proof. Is like, hey, I'm actually out here. I'm a working creative, you know? I edited this photo yesterday, guys. Check this out. I think you guys might like it. Look at this guy. Yeah, all cool stuff. First time chatter, best viewers. Thank you, Shaggy Taxiway. Would you recommend a Fujifilm XS20 over cameras like the X-T50? I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the Fuji lineup and like their hierarchy, unfortunately. I like all of the Fujis though. How would you recommend getting a first-time clients? Having a portfolio. Having a portfolio of the type of work that you want to do. So I have a website where I send people that want to work with me. I have a website and I send them to that. And it's a contact page essentially. But say for example, I want to work with like products or brands. Right now I'm getting a lot of work through TikTok and YouTube. So I have my email listed over here. So if you go to like my page, I have this link, Beacons. Let's see, can I click it? I have this right here. So if brands want to reach out to me, I have what's called a media kit. And this is tailored for brands and businesses. So people can see like, hey, this is my total follower count right now across all platforms. And if they want to contact me for a YouTube video, Instagram reel, and then all of my metrics here, how often I post, if I'm growing or not. You know, this says YouTube, I've grown 5% in the last 30 days, which is pretty cool. TikTok, I've grown 11% in the last 30 days. Instagram, not as much, but I don't focus on Instagram that much. But, you know, this is all details that a potential client might want to look at. And then they can go to my YouTube channel and check out the stuff that I've made for other brands. And that's how it goes. So that's working with brands. But if you want to work with like clients that want to hire you for portraits, you got to make sure that you get that you create a highly curated portfolio that is hyper focused on the type of work that you want to get hired for. Yeah, if you want to get hired for video work, you need a reel. You know, like a 90-second, maybe minute, maybe 2-minute highlight reel of the type of work that you want to do. But the key is really something that's critically important for everybody in the chat to know is that your reel needs to be hyper specific on the kind of work that you want to be hired for. So like, you know, having a reel that has like sports work, you know, sports videography work, car photography, like a bunch of different things is not a very effective reel, right? Visuals, you've been in the industry for long enough that you probably don't even need to send people your reel. You just get work through like, you know, you just get work through referrals and word of mouth. It's also hard, visuals. I gotta say, like for myself, I also don't do the stuff that I'm saying because my type of work comes from word of mouth now. It doesn't come from me cold calling or cold DMing or cold emailing people anymore, which is a blessing. Yeah, which is a blessing. Does Canon RFS don't have any third-party versions? Sigma. Yeah, Sigma. LOL, true. Yeah. For people that have been in the industry for longer than 5 years, like we've already paid our dues. It's, you know, my main clients are Toyota, American Airlines. Yeah, exactly. And those guys aren't asking for your reel. You know, maybe the guys that are hiring you do, but that you've already established yourself. Like this guy can do the job. Let's go. You know. All right, guys, my 2 hours are up for the day. I'm gonna bounce, get some breakfast in me. I am out of here. Have a great one, y'all.